With the explosion of SUVs and trucks, it feels like we talk about cars so infrequently. Throw in the fact that it's an American car and oh, that feels like more of an anomaly. So I think today pigs are flying somewhere because we're going to talk about the Chevrolet Camaro. That is both a car and it's American.
Saved for a production hiatus from 2003 until 2009, Chevy's been churning out the Camaro since 1967.
The Camaro is one of the few pony cars that still exist from that original era. Now, a pony car was an American coupe that was sporty and performance-oriented, had rear-wheel drive, which meant a long dash-to-axle ratio and a short deck lid.
The Camaro isn't the only pony to survive. Both the Ford Mustang and Dodge Challenger slide right into the starting gate beside it.
Not all of the models qualified as muscle cars. That moniker was reserved for those with a V8 with the highest power output available in the lineup.
So this Camaro we have to test technically isn't a muscle car, as it's not the gutsy top-of-the-line version, but the volume model, LT. We don't normally get those, and I'm glad that we have this so we can assess what the general customer gets.
Turns out the general customer gets quite a lot. The Camaro's interior feels inspired by its racing heritage. Let's start just with the seats. These buckets really plant the driver and the passenger firmly in the car. And they are comfortable, not just for me, but for someone like Dean, who is not a 5'5" woman. He's a 5'11" dude. Comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Yes. There is definitely a cockpit kind of feeling in here. Now for some, that might translate to the word claustrophobic. And I think for that, you can account for two things. This low roof, as well as these tiny itty bitty little windows in here. Now, as far as room up front, there's ample leg and headroom, but you get into the back and I don't know. I feel like maybe this is a game of Twister that we have to play here. If you have people that you shuttle around a lot, I'm gonna say maybe go test the Challenger. Help.
Chrome and modern elements mix in with a nod to the Camaro's heritage in places like the air vents and the hooded instrument cluster. Unfortunately, there's quite a bit of plastic too. Chevrolet's Infotainment 3 system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto comes standard on a 7-inch touchscreen, but that's upgradable to an 8-inch screen on the LT trim and above.
So Chevy treats their Camaro in the same way that they treat their trucks, in that they are highly configurable with a lot of different trim options and a lot of different engine options. There are 4 of those to speak of. So there's a standard 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine in the LS and the LT. Now you can upgrade to a 3.6-liter V6 in the LT, which doesn't get as much torque, but it does have a cylinder deactivation system that does help you with fuel economy.
The Camaro's muscle enters the picture with a 6.2-liter V8 that's available in the newest LT1 trim and the SS. And then there's the Grand Poobah with the supercharged Camaro ZL1 that delivers 650 horses and 650 pound-feet of torque. That makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up, or at least it should. All engines mate to a 6-speed manual that includes automatic rev matching on V8 models, but you can upgrade to an 8-speed automatic transmission and a 10-speed auto on the V6 and V8 models.
So while I didn't get the manual transmission, I'm a little disappointed about that. I will say this 10-speed automatic is a real charmer. It coaxes the power out of this engine really efficiently. And if I want to manipulate that power myself, then I've got these paddle shifters. I can downshift and do it all myself. And no, I did not get the V8 either. This is the V6. But I will say that 355 horsepower, oh, it's not chintzy. Of course, I have a stop sign right here, but I'm going to show you when I'm done stopping. This thing really likes to go. There's confidence in every element of this car. The steering is world class. I love the weight. It's absolutely perfect for me, and it translates driver inputs with such precision.
The chassis is lightweight and nimble, and it feels balanced and solid through turns. Its suspension feels sporty without feeling punishing on your commute, even in sporty mode. The throttle feels eager, and the exhaust amplifies a good sound, yes, even from this V6.
So the one category where the Camaro does fall short is in the visibility one. It really doesn't compare to the Ford and the Dodge. But hey, you know what? If that's a big problem for you, you can always get it in a convertible.
If hitting the track excites you, then the 1LE track package adds a performance suspension, dampers, and a rear stabilizer bar, a unique front splitter, carbon fiber trim pieces, and 19-inch wheels with 305 Goodyear Eagle summer tires in front and 325s in the rear, as well as a satin black hood.
So in a word, I would call the driving experience of the Camaro bitchin'. No, I wouldn't. That's what my 25-year-old self would call it. I'm going to talk like a normal person and call it impressive. And yes, in the V6, you can still have a little bit of fun. Without overstating it, pricing on the Camaro almost feels like you're getting away with something. For the base LS with that 4-cylinder engine, you're looking at about $25,000, including destination charges.
But folks, the LT1 with the 455 horsepower V8 can be had starting just under $35,000. Throw in another $1,600 for that automatic transmission.
For a killer V8? You're kidding me. Also, you know, we picked this location because we thought it would be kind of cool and edgy, but really, this is just super creepy.
Ask people what they think about the looks of the Camaro, not just versus the competition, but even with itself before this 6th generation's mid-cycle refresh, and fans could out-nasty the Democratic presidential nominees while debating.
The front end got a redesign that rocked a lot of people's worlds, and not in the right way. The grille, the bumpers, and the headlights all changed the look of the fascia. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but those little slit headlights really do make it look a lot more sinister. Evil.
The taillights got the refresh too, but beyond those elements, the swept-back roof, the muscular rear, and the rest of the sheet metal was left alone. From the profile, the Camaro looks insanely low, but that's the illusion the high beltline and small greenhouse create. In reality, the Mustang is only 1 inch taller than the Camaro, even though it appears more so. Both the SS and 1LE appropriately get unique grilles that make for a more aggressive-looking front fascia, and a bigger rear wing to better handle the increased power from those higher output engines.
Optional advanced safety tech is available on the LT and SS trims, but man, if there were a car where it would be standard, I would think it should be this one. You guys check out those C-pillars.
Blind spot monitoring, rear parking sensors, lane change alert, and rear cross traffic alerts can be had to help minimize the Camaro's compromised outward visibility. Standard features on the base Camaro include power windows, cruise control, an 8-way power driver's seat, dual USB ports, auxiliary input, and GM's 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot, as well as a push-button start and keyless entry, and a leather-wrapped flat-bottom steering wheel. This is a ton of standard equipment. The option sheet covers a lot of ground, including an upgraded audio system, head-up display, and interior lighting. The Camaro SS offers a magnetic ride control suspension, in-dash navigation, and a dual-mode exhaust system if you're looking for more V8 rumble. The ZL1 also offers up Brembo brake upgrades, launch control, and Recaro seats.
You may think you'd get hit pretty hard at the pump for all that V8 power. Well, you're right.
But the 4-cylinder and even V6 won't hurt quite as badly.
Over the long haul, the Camaro should hold its resale value similar to its rival, the Mustang, and a little bit below the Challenger. With a prolific model lineup, amazing driving chops, and an affordable price by today's standards, the Chevy Camaro is a contender in this pony race.